My name is Daniel Cameron. I grew up in Elizabethtown, Kentucky. Went to elementary school at G.C. Burkhead, and then went to East Hardin for middle school, and then went to high school at Central Hardin High School for 2 years, and then finished up at John Hardin my last 2 years. After that, went to U of L for undergrad from 2004 to 2008. And then in 2008, decided to go to law school at U of L. In 2004, when I entered the University of Louisville, I became a McConnell Scholar. The McConnell Scholar is a Scholars Program, is a program in which 10 students are selected each year to be involved in a program that really provides us an opportunity to learn a lot about Kentucky, and then also foreign affairs and some extended learning opportunities as well. On top of that, in addition to that, I also was a football player at U of L. But I like to tell people I had the best seat in the house, which was on the bench. But had a great, fantastic time. Got a lot of good friends out of that experience. And then in 2008, as I mentioned before, I decided to enter into law school. Stayed at the University of Louisville for law school because of the relationships I'd built there, and thought it'd be an excellent opportunity for me to stay there. Graduated from law school in 2011. Immediately following graduation, I started studying for the bar. I took the bar in July of 2011. Waited until about October for my results, which I'm thankful to say I passed and barred in the state of Commonwealth of Kentucky. Went to Lexington, Kentucky, lived there for 2 years, and clerked for a federal judge, Judge Gregory Van Tatenhove, in the Eastern District of Kentucky. Our duty station, his office, was actually in London, Kentucky. And so spent some time down there for commuting from Lexington to London for about 2 years. Towards the end of my, it's called a clerkship. Towards the end of that term, we were in Frankfort, Kentucky, and so spent some time traveling there as well. At the end of 2013, or in the summer of 2013, I transitioned to a law firm, Stites and Harbison in Louisville, Kentucky, and did that for roughly 2 years, about a year and 6 or 7 months. And then right before the election, or right after the election in 2014, Senator McConnell and his staff afforded me an opportunity to work as his legal counsel in Washington, D.C. And so since March of this year, 2015, I've been honored to serve as his legal counsel in Washington, D.C. The role as legal counsel to Senator McConnell has quite a few different responsibilities. I deal with ethics and compliance issues for the office, making sure that we are complying with the ethics policies of the United States Senate. The other part of my job is really to handle a legislative portfolio. For me, that is the judiciary. So that means things like U.S. attorneys, federal judges, some of the discussions about cybersecurity, discussions about law enforcement. As a matter of fact, this week I've had an opportunity on behalf of the Center to visit with law enforcement in Lexington, in London, Kentucky, and just today I met with Chief Schiller down at the town police department. So it affords me an opportunity to use my legal background, as also kind of dive in onto some policy issues as well, which I thoroughly enjoy. The compensation for lawyers varies and ranges. You can have folks that are in-house counsel at a company that might start anywhere from about $70,000, and you could really, maybe max out at about $200,000, depending on the market that you're in. If you're in a smaller market, you can make less. Larger market, a bigger city, you can make more money than that. My role is you have an opportunity to make quite a bit of money, but it really is a job that, regardless of the income or the resources that I'm blessed with, I would still love doing. I'm a Kentucky kid. I grew up in Hardin County, and I have an opportunity to work for the senior senator of Kentucky, which is a phenomenal experience for somebody that grew up here and worked for somebody that he truly admires. At the law firm that I practice in Louisville, Kentucky, the average salary was probably around $90,000 or so. But again, this all depends on kind of where you end up once you graduate from law school. You could go to a place making less than that or more than that. But what I like to tell people is that follow your heart. And so if there's something that you're really passionate about, for me it was law, I think that ultimately should dictate what you do in life. Again, I completely understand and know that financial resources and security is important, but follow your heart, and I think the money will be there as well. One of the things that I think is critical and important is that students be very diligent and be proactive in their studies and in their extracurricular activities. If you notice, there's a common theme for people that are successful in life, and I think that one common trait is that they are always diligent and that they always are proactive. And that means, and especially as a lawyer, you can't be a procrastinator. You can't be somebody that waits until the last day to do something that is very important for your client. Same way in school. You really shouldn't wait until the last day to get a project done. If it's something that requires a lot of time, then you should put in that time. So I think that's the number one trait or characteristic of someone that wants to perhaps be the legal counsel to Senator McConnell at some point, or wants to be the CEO of a 500 company. I think the characteristic that is most important is diligence and being proactive. I'd say there are a couple of classes that I think I'm still benefiting from today. One would be my English courses. Being able to write in my line of work is critically important. And so learning at a very early age the fundamentals of our language was very important, and has served me immensely through my young career. The other thing that I'd say, someone who loves history and loves politics, the class that I really took a liking to in high school was AP History course taught by Jack Baldwin. That course really had a fundamental impact. If it wasn't for that course, I think I can safely say that I would not have been a McConnell Scholar. And so that course itself, and the English courses, which I had Miss Boswell at John Hardin, and then Miss Catherine Spalding as well at John Hardin. Those courses, I think, got me on the road to where I currently am.